Okay, can see it.
Yeah, yeah. So welcome back to the new session of this bonus session of your US payroll. So in this session, I'll be talking about I'll just give you an outline from a EC and EC payroll point of view. What are the things you will be aspiring for to learn in when it comes to the US payroll, not only for payroll point of view, but as for a advanced learning point of view. Okay. So if you go through your official SAP help portal, there is a section you'll be finding called you're able to see the employee central portal of
Yes.
SAP. Okay, so there are different section of it. Okay, so if you go, I'll just put a tab view that you'll be able to understand more. So in this section, if you see, there are multiple sections. I discover what is new, implement, integrate, use, operate, develop. Okay. So if I click see all, I can see all those things in a single view. Okay. So the reference point is here. There are many things. The documents are so much. I will guide you like what are the things. So mostly as an implementation consultant, you will our focus is on this area. You're seeing this thing. There's so many things are there here also. Okay. But having said that, so if you go through the specific section, there are so many things are there, but I will tell you what are the section you will be focusing. And there is section called learning journey. Okay, so I'll come to that. Let me come to there. Learning journey. Can you see the learning journey?
No,
It is still, it is
not
still,
yet.
it is still loading now.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so actually this is a very interactive things to understand from a learning point of view. There are two paths you can see. One is saying a consultant, okay, and second one is
Mhm.
an administrator. Okay, so every time SAP just gets a, let it, if anything is new is coming, SAP will be updating that for everyone. Okay, so let's get it loaded and I will guide you. Administrator part is easy because they do not have to do much configuration as such. Only the small tweaking they will be doing in the SAP SuccessFactor instance. Okay. So, but as a functional consultant, there's a lot of things are there in their tab. Okay. So you can see this is a last updated. It's February, in current month only. It has been updated. It's the latest one. Okay. So here you will be getting
Mhm.
like there are also different paths. So in the first step you will be seeing there is a open SAP course. You are aware of open SAP, right? Or how is it?
Yeah, I watched some. Yeah, I watched some courses from there,
Okay, okay. There are many
including this one.
courses.
I did watch.
There are many courses related to the success factor, and it is actually very it means easy to follow. So it's not too much technical. Okay, and also it is a kind of a fundamental. Your fundamental will be clear
Mhm.
if you access those courses. Okay, so I would recommend that you go through those. That is a starting point. So once you complete those things, there is a section. This is from an admin point of view. I'm saying, okay, and you will be also getting access to it. Okay, so whenever you will be getting your S user ID, right? Okay, so
Yes.
you will be having access to it. How it will be looking like? So I will just guide you. So OpenSAP, I'm not going as you're already aware of. So only for this, I'm going SFALC. There is something called Administrator Learning Center. Okay. So what is this? So you have to just go to this customer community training page. So I'll just go there. And as a functional consultant, also there is no harm in getting these this because these certifications are free of cost. Okay, you do not have to pay anything
This
for.
one
Yes, yes. Once you're having S user ID, I
for
told
is for AC.
for EC, these are because these are admin training. You do not have to pay anything. Okay,
Oh,
and
really?
this and these are called actually not certification. They call it accreditation. Okay, they call it SFX success factor accreditation. Okay, so if you see, actually it is meant for the customer. Okay, so but as a functional consultant also you can, I have seen many of, I have done last but earlier, but these days I have not done so much here, but there are so many content. Can you see SFALC, Administrator Learning Center?
Yes.
Okay, so from here how we'll be accessing, so there will be having access training catalog. Okay, so If you go to SF ALC guide, is there training catalog? Yes, this is the one. Just still loading. Yeah. So basically, you will be finding for every module of SAP SuccessFactor. So you will be finding some training for that, and these are all free of cost. Okay. Only thing is you need some time to invest on this, time and energy.
With videos, materials, everything.
Sorry.
With videos.
Yes, videos will be limited, okay, depending upon the module, okay, because I have done mostly related to the employee central payroll and other LMS and all. And you see, long back I did it, but actually for me the priority was to go for consulting certification, okay, so I did that. That is actually covers everything. This also, okay, this is a subset of your consulting thing, okay. Suppose you are
this
going
is for administration.
This is for administration, yes. For
Okay.
you'll be understanding, because before being a consultant, at least you should know the front end. Like as an administrator, all the activities you should be able to know that. Okay, this is a very basic one. Okay, so initially you can go through. Okay, and for everything you have a course code for that. Okay, and there are certain courses which are paid. Okay, that you do not require to go for. Okay, that is for exclusively for the business user, where exactly there will be a trainer. Okay, the actual human trainer will be there and all. Otherwise, there are some virtual session which is recorded session. Those are actually, some of them are free of cost. Okay, but you can go through this. Okay, and for this, like from whenever I'm saying, also it will mention the target audience. Okay, you can see the target audience for these courses are like executive, stakeholder, business process owner, team lead.
All our business side.
All are the business side. All are the business side. And what kind of objectives they will be fulfilling? Like any kind of, suppose there is a password issue. Okay, so generally it is resolved by them only. Okay, this kind of issues should not come to a consultant. Okay, so generally this kind of very basic things. Okay, like setting of RBP, adjusting your some customization in your look and feel of the portal. Okay, so some basic things they can do, but still if they can also come to you. Okay, so it is a kind of you can say, sometimes it is business user, and sometimes it's they say, suppose the business user can also ask a functional consultant also. Okay, so it can be both. And from a HR your employee central point of view, you will be getting for every module, not only for employee central, there is something called PTO. Okay, PTO, are you aware of this terminology, PTO?
No.
Okay, so generally what happens, suppose you are going for a new implementation project and all. Okay, so as a consultant, what we will be doing, so generally before starting of the project, you will be sharing this kind of a document. We call it project team orientation guide. Okay, at least before 2 weeks before the real workshop is happening, suppose on the month of March 15th. Okay, so by February end, you must send this kind of document to the all those executive stakeholders. At least they will be going through a overview what you are going to conduct in the upcoming workshop and all. They'll be having fair idea about that. Okay, then you will be, it is easy for you to explain those things, at least those terminologies. Okay, so at least what is an RBP? Okay, this would be at least having some idea. Okay, otherwise it will be very, they'll be blank on the day whenever you are presenting. Okay, so that is the idea. It is more systematic, and SAP provides all the documents. Okay, so you do not have to do much here. So this is regarding PTO. PTO guide is a starting point. Okay, whenever you are implementing any kind of employee central or any other modules of SuccessFactor. Okay, so this is very easy to follow. Though descriptions are also very easy to follow, not too much technical. Okay, so that is the starting point for an administrator, and also for a consultant. Also, suppose if you are learning something tomorrow, new something for related to employee central or employee central payroll, first guide you can go for PTO. PTO will be explaining everything very simple language. Okay, what are the functionality, what are the features available in that particular product. Okay, everything you will be going through. It is a very easy to follow document, okay, that you can go through. Okay, is it clear? PTO, what is a PTO?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So after covering PTO, there is another section called, this is a core from an employee central point of view, the how the administrative activity. So it is like step by step, it will be explaining how to hire a new employee, because you know PA40 in your SAP, okay, but there is no PA40 in SuccessFactor. Okay, it is simply you have to hire an employee by running a particular path. Okay, okay. So any kind of how are you doing any kind of transfer or any kind of other employee transactions, okay, those things will be covered here. Okay, now also the authorization part, so there is no basis, okay, in SuccessFactor. Only you are independent and you will be able to do, you should be able to do all those role based permissions, we call it RBP. Okay, those things you should be able to do as a functional consultant or as an administrator. Okay, I will say use the term administrator because these are admin activity. That you have to do. Then after doing that, then you have to go for the certification. Okay, there is a HR 8211 SFX. This is for administrator exclusively, but there is no harm in taking this exam. It's an easy exam. So also
It's free.
Free. This is free of cost. It comes with your bundle of your whenever you are going taking license for SAP, right? SAP SuccessFactor. SAP SuccessFactor provides this all to the customer, and also if you're having S user ID for that customer, then you also you can take up those course at absolutely free. Okay, so these are the points which I would like to recommend. So initially you can go through. And same goes with your payroll also. Okay, so after going through that, okay, so you can see for a payroll point of view also there is a module or HR. Actually, this module is mandatory for certification also in SuccessFactor Employee Central Payroll. Okay, this module is both for your administrator as well as your functional consultant. Okay, so whenever you are going for Employee Central Payroll certification, Employee Central Payroll administration is also mandatory. Okay, because otherwise, how will be understanding all those configurations? Okay, so for that reason, actually SAP EC Payroll has mandated these things. Okay. So this is the details, like what are the things you should know. Like if you see, I'll just a little bit zoom it. So you can see as an admin point of view, these are the 7 pointers they have decided. Like what is your payroll roles, what is the process flow, which I already covered in those YouTube videos. Okay. So
Yes.
like there is a concept of a payroll manager, payroll administrator concept. Okay. So that you have to understand. And also you have to understand, so as a payroll role point of view, your payroll administrator will be the subject matter expert. Okay, and your payroll manager, he will be kind of an operational activity he will be doing, like running the payroll, all kind of transaction he will be doing. But any kind of troubleshooting, it will become to your administrator. Administrator can they solve them themselves, otherwise they will be depending upon you. Okay, as a functional consultant, they will delegate that to you and you will be resolving those. Okay, and administrator will be just monitor those things. Okay, so those kind of roles and process flow will happen when it comes to the EC payroll. Then second one is the identifying the master data and time data. That also you are doing in your as a functional, as a business user in the SAP also we do that. Okay, in HR you do that, but same thing also you can monitor in your EC payroll, because in EC payroll the backend is always your on-premise payroll only, nothing much different as of now. Maybe in the future it will be a purely cloud, but as of now, in the next 2-3 upcoming years also it will remain the same as per the roadmap of Employee Central Payroll. So this is regarding the second point. And similarly, the remunerations element and deduction, it is nothing but your payment and deduction, whatever the wage tags you have configured. Okay, those components, pay components would be created in your Employee Central. Okay, so that is the third one. And fourth one is the easy one, like on a regular day, we do hire a new employee, you update their master data. So all these things are there. Similarly, the ESS MSS, there is no such ESS MSS exclusively different portal, but in SuccessFactor itself, who are the employee getting access, they will be having, we call it feature, ESS feature. They should be able to update their bank data. Similarly, the MSS features allows you to change any kind of payroll related data from a there. If suppose somebody is a manager, okay. And also last one is important one, like master data replication, because everything is a replication here from employee central and employee central payroll. You have, because these are two different systems, you have to replicate those data from Employee Central to Employee Central Payroll. Okay. And another thing which I would like to highlight here, there is something called Job Aid. Okay. So SAP provides there is something called HR 812J. You will be able to find out that in the Learning Hub or in the community also. So how to do this things activity in on-premise, SAP did never give those kind of activity. We have to prepare ourselves. But in SuccessFactor, everything is readily available. Okay. Suppose you are going to run payroll, or suppose you are going to run a pre-DME, DME programs, how to do it, they step by step with screenshot and explanation. SAP SuccessFactor provides everything. Okay. So this is the good part of it. You do not have to prepare any documentation of your own. All are readily available. Only thing is you have to understand and execute it. Okay. This is from an EC payroll point of view. This is the outline. And this is admin point of view. And there is something called payroll control center, which I was talking about also. This is the central point of your EC payroll. Okay. So basically here all kind of configurations will be there. And also how to run payroll from a SAP point of view, that will be discussed. And Benefit Academy, this is a different module. It comes under your Employee Central Global Benefit. Okay, so whatever you are doing in your on-premise, right, those info types and everything,
yes,
that will be done from the front end. Okay, so like in SuccessFactor itself. Okay, but in that case, you do not have to use the backend at all. Okay, so like it is automatically, because there's no such replications for benefits as such. Okay, so you can directly use in the SuccessFactor and directly it will go to your EC and everything will be updated. You do not have to maintain anything in the info type level. Okay, suppose if you're going for implementing these things, you do not have to worry about it, the backend system. So these are the couple of things. There are so many things are there, but that's related to other modules. Okay, so PMGM, some other modules. So many things. It is not practically possible for a person to go be expert in one. I would rather focus on one area or two area. That is more than enough. Okay, so that is a thing in related to this one. Other than that, I will tell you the another guide whenever you are going for implementation guide. So are you able to see the implementation guide?
yes.
Yeah. So this is the latest one of the recent implementation guide for Employee Central Master. As such, there are so many such guides. This is one of the guide. Okay, they are one of those 20-30 guides. It is having some.
This is for consultant. This guide.
This is a for a consultant. Yeah. So you can see for a consultant, it will mention that implementation guide. Okay. So whenever you are doing the on-premise implementation, we never had such kind of a detailed documentation. But in SuccessFactor, the good part is everything is very much detailed. Okay, so you do not have to. Only thing is sometimes it is very lengthy. Like in Employee Central, it is very huge. Okay, like if you combine all those documentations, it would go beyond 10,000 pages. So
really?
yeah, so many things.
But for certification, if you limit it to this guide, it will be okay.
No, from a certification point of view, you have to follow a different strategy at all altogether. Okay, so from a certification point of view, you have to follow the training.sap.com. Okay, so whatever the course syllabus they are providing in that. Okay, so that only you have to cover. Otherwise, it is practically not possible to learn everything and go appear for certification. Training.sap.com will be providing you the exact what are required for a certification point to. Only those topics you will be covering. Okay, so if you go here, are you able to see the training.sap.com site, right?
Yes.
Yes. So if you go, you're planning for certification, then I will recommend this one only. So let me, as you are in US, I will choose the US. Nothing different from country to country. Only thing is the, just a minute, I will tell you. Explore our catalog. So, training catalog. I did it in the 2016-17 in that year. So a lot of changes happened, and time to time you have to update also. Like there is a Delta examinations, okay, that you have to go for every 6 months. Previously it was every 3 months. Nowadays they're a little bit relaxed. So you can see there is a SAP Human Capital Management section. Okay. So in this, if you go, sorry, actually it is SuccessFactor. So it will come here. discover SAP Successfactor. Okay, inside that you have to go, and here you can see there is a saying called popular SAP Successfactor learning journey. Okay, and Employee Central is at the top. Employee Central, then followed by Employee Central Payroll. Okay, so it is the same thing, which is the learning journey which I have showed you. This is a consulting learning journey, I will say. So if you go there, and also there is something called academic training. For this, actually, you need a learning hub. Okay, so once you're having learning hub, and one thing you have to remember, before going any kind of training, there is a platform training. I forgot to say that. Okay, are you aware of this platform training?
No.
Okay, so because for Employee Central it is THR81, that's the course code. But for any kind of success factor, before going for any training, you have to go complete a THR80. This is a mandatory prerequisite for, because at least you should know the what are the different platform functionalities available in success factor. Okay, so just like your RBP is not restricted to Employee Central. It is a platform functionality. Okay, role-based permissions and all. Okay, so those kind of concept you have to understand. You have to complete those courses. Okay, but again, this is a paid one. Okay, so if the organization is sponsoring, it is well and good. Otherwise, people have to pay their of your own. Okay, so there is a platform introduction, and there is also Employee Central Academy. So all these academic courses are basically a bundle of your, and it is targeted to your certifications. Okay, so if I go for THR81,
expensive there.
Yes, yes, it is taking some time to load. I don't know why. Yeah, so here you can see SuccessFactor platform introduction. So what are the things they will be covering here? If you see, so like if you go to the content section, you're able to see my things, right? Content.
Hello?
Hello, you can see my content.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes. Yeah,
You're able. Yes. So from an Employee Central point of view, I was.
I'm hearing you.
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah. So what you are saying, so you can see from Employee Central point of view, what are the things are important? Yes. So these are the things we have for our Employee Central. Okay, what are the things required from an Employee Central point of view? Okay, so from a training point of view, these are the things they will be covering. Okay, and similarly for platform point of view, should know like this: what is an instance and provisioning? Okay, what is the different instance means your front end, and provisioning means your back end basically. Okay, so these are the things we do have, like what is MDF? Okay, metadata framework. It is again a platform functionality. Okay, so what are the different tools are available in the admin center? Okay, how to change those permissions, any kind of basic configuration like home page, themes. Okay, so all these things will be there in the platform academy. Okay, before going for any certifications, you have to do it complete fast it. Okay, so this is the training, and this is for your Employee Central specific learning journey. Okay, other than that, this is actually, I do not know why it is not working. So other than that, let me go to the otherwise let me go through the documentation first. Yeah, so this is your implementation guide, and if you can see, they will be starting with your overview of your Employee Central. Okay, then they will be talking about configuring the system. Okay, so it is easy to follow again, as I was saying. So step by step, okay, what are the things you will be doing? Everything will be very detailed. Okay, so initial configuration tasks, they will be explaining what are the things you'll be doing. Okay, how to generate those user ID, how to generate a super admin. Okay, once those things, basic things are done, okay, then you will be going for your RBP, managing your role-based permission, how will be creating those user permission, who will be getting what kind of access. Okay, so these things earlier in SAP it was done by basis consultant, but here you have to do yourself. Okay, so this is a thing. Next one is ad hoc reporting. Okay, for any kind of reporting, what kind of permissions are required, what kind of reporting you can, there are some standard reports are already available. So how you can also, okay, and on an ad hoc basis, you can create those reports from a report center. Okay, so those also is generally part of your Employee Central. And the fifth part is a data model. Okay, so this is little technical, like what are the different types of data model we are having. Okay, corporate data model, there are many types of country specific data model. Okay, so those data models, you have, this is an understanding point of view that you have to understand. Okay, also it involves your XML and involvement. Okay, those things you have to understand in the data model. Okay, similarly we have different types of objects in a Employee Central, like your foundation object, MDF foundation objects. So these are actually mostly the custom one. Okay, anything you are like to, which is not offered by Successfactor directly, that you will be preparing a MDF foundation object. All kind of customization you can do that. So this is a thing. And similarly we do have generic objects. Pick lists are nothing but your drop down values. Suppose we are creating any kind of drop down values, that is, those are called actually pick list. Similarly, we do have event and event reason. These are nothing but your action and action reason. Okay, so just like we are having hiring. Okay, then what are the different reasons of our hiring? It can be the new hire, or it can be expansion of the organization, or merger and acquisition. So those things will be also, we call it a different name, but the same concept. Okay, but it will be done via your interface, not through any kind of T code. Okay, the way we do T code, PA40, we do not have such kind of things in your Employee Central. And other than that, we do have all kind of validations, whatever you are doing in the SAP, like through a program, or we used to ask to the developer, suppose there is a particular format of a particular file, or any validation is required at the field level, we have to depend upon the developer. Okay, but here in Successfactor, Employee Central, any other modules, we have a concept of a business rule. Okay, so those business rules are again easy to follow, but you need a little bit of practice of that. So once you create those business rules, we can also design when that particular business rule will be triggered. Okay, so all those things you can maintain in the configuration itself, then those business rule will be working. And other than that, there is something called sync. Okay, HRIS synchronization. So what are these things? So basically, whenever in SAP you are already aware of the transport request, right? Suppose you are moving something from development to quality, quality to production, there is a concept of a transport request. But in Successfactor, we do not have that concept. Okay, we do not have generally the development also. Generally, the development system is with SAP. We are given two systems here. Okay, one is a preview or the testing system. Second one is your production system. Okay, so in the preview system only we do what are the changes is required, and there is something called instant refresh tool. Okay, by using that tool, you can move those changes from quality, your preview system, to the production system. Also, suppose you want production data to be copied in your preview system, then also you can use that tool. We call it instant refresh tool. So using that tool, you can set up what is the source system, what is your target system, and accordingly you can execute that instance refresh activity. Okay, then your everything, like your configuration, whatever data, whatever is required, that will be copied. Okay, so those kind of tools we have also in HRIS. Okay, we call it HRIS. Yeah, tell me.
Okay, if you for EC, you can go for ECP without getting EC certificate.
From a certification point of view, there is no restriction that you can go for EC payroll without going EC. But
Which
from a
which top yeah which topic from here from EC is critical for to go for ECP certificate?
So from an EC point of view, you have to understand the basics only, like your. I will tell you that MDF also.
I just want to go for ECP certificate, so I don't have that much time to go all just for time being, but after that you can go for it for entire EC program.
Entire thing you do not have to go through. The basic one, like your this particular chapter 2. Okay, chapter 2 you can go for the basic thing. Okay, and similarly the chapter 3, the role-based permissions. Okay, but this reporting are not required. Okay, they will not be asking anyway. Questions will not come anything from your EC. Whenever you are going for EC payroll certification, only questions will be coming from your employee central payroll. But whenever you're learning certain points, you may get okay. And also you should know the difference. So those are already covered in my videos. Okay, so like what is an event reason? Okay, but because we have used different terminology in your on-premise, right? Your action reason. Okay,
yes.
So those things, those terminology you have to understand. Okay, the terminology of a glossary of SAP. In that case, your PTO guide will be more than enough. Okay, Employee Central PTO guide, the project team orientation guide. Okay, that will be more than enough to go through. That covers most of the things. This implementation guide you do not have to go through because it is a very deep concept. Even okay, so there are so many things are there. We do not have to go through all the details. Okay, so from a understanding ECP.
So your videos, ECP videos, is enough for a certificate?
Yes. Those ECP videos are designed for primarily focus on the certification only. Okay, and many people got those videos because that's completely aligned with your Employee Central payroll. And also there are some questions also comes up on some of the videos I have put it. Okay, also those questions will be also getting in your document which I have shared, the big one. Okay, so some specific questions, and those are more than enough to practice and from a learning point of view. But I do not recommend to go through and overwhelm with a lot of information because I never gone through this. Whenever during my implementation was only I refer, but not cover to cover because it is practically not possible even for a consultant to read every word by word. I never read it. Okay, so like directly in the implementation, what I do generally. So what are the topics are really required if any changes is happening? Because during certification, I have read everything. Okay, then every 6 months, what I do, what are the changes? SAP come with what is new. So I was showing to you, right? So in SAP section, just I will go back there. There is a section called what is new. Okay, I do not have to because there is something related to Russia. So I do not have to read that because I'm not implementing for that country, right? So whatever is relevant for me, I pick and choose. Okay, there are so many information. Only thing every 6 months, what I do, there is something called what is new. Okay, and this is previously it was every 3 months quarterly, but nowadays it's a yearly. Every 6 months the SAP update this thing. Only that things I go through and update myself with that particular module. Okay, so you can see what is new viewer. They call it technically it is called what is new viewer. Okay, if you go to English section, then you can filter out here also like what are the top module. Suppose I have been certified in 6 different modules, so only those specific module only I go and view that. Okay, so you can apply the filter here and you can see there are so many things are here, but I don't want to go everything. Only the module filter I will put here. Let's say I'll be putting employee central and employee central payroll. Okay, suppose I'm going for employee central and employee central payroll. Only those things I will be reviewing for my learning point of view. I do not have to go through all those 1,000 pages. Okay, so still for this employee central and employee central payroll, I do have 101 entries. That means there are some 101 changes happened for the last 6 months. Okay, so that I can take a download PDF, I can take a CSV. Okay, suppose I would like to see anything, everything is aligned here. Like suppose if there is some changes happen in the RBP, So that particular line item will say also is it a major changes or it's a minor changes. You can see it is a major changes here. Okay, it's a major changes. I should understand this, and it is whether it is a universal or not. Okay, so like suppose if it is a universal, that means it is applicable for every customer across the globe. Okay, suppose if it is only applicable for one, suppose I will take another example here. Let's say it is only applicable for let me put it like this way. Only say I will go for payroll, so that you'll be able to understand some specific thing is coming or not. Because I'm going for payroll. In payroll, we have only 21 changes. Okay, so you can see, yeah. So there is something called universal. There is something called admin opt-in. So what is an admin opt-in? So admin opt-in is basically like a particular functionality. It is of your choice. Okay, and admin can opt for it or not opt for it. But universals are everybody should follow that. Okay, it is a major changes. Okay, and similarly, if anything specific to a country, so like this is an example, perfect example. There is a concept called leave loading in Australia payroll. Okay, so it is an admin opt-in again. Suppose you are not working for Australia, then it is not required. Okay, you are working, if your client is based out of Australia, then only you can opt for it. Okay, it is again a choice. Okay, there are two features, admin opt-in and universal. That is you have to understand. Okay, other than that, they will be telling you like the release. Okay, the 2H when it was released, you can see it is 2H means second half of 2020 it was released, and it was released on 13th of November last year. Okay, so this in this way this document is more than enough. You do not have to every 6 months I update myself using this particular feature of Successfactor for every module.
So,
okay.
For certificate, ECP certificate. So the prerequisite from EC to learn to move for ECP is just what are the topic? We show me to chapter 2 and chapter 3. I should go all for it before going to ECP, or just
it is just an overview, just for your understanding and satisfaction. Otherwise, EC payroll also directly we have a particular learning journey for Employee Central Payroll. I will just show you that as you are more focused on the Employee Central Payroll.
So RBP MDF would be helpful in Employee Central Payroll or not?
RBP questions will not come in your Employee Central Payroll. Okay, so basically it will be your specific to EC only mostly. Okay, RBP related, whatever RBP related to your Employee Central Payroll. Okay, like your payroll admin, payroll manager, those kind of questions, whatever is the curriculum of your Employee Central Payroll, those things will be coming. But specific exclusive for RBP, there will be no such exclusive question. But whatever RBP relevant for payroll, like for a payroll administrator, payroll manager,
those kind of question to go for. And I'm talking to go for Employee Central Payroll certificate.
So this is your Employee Central Payroll. Can you see? This is your learning journey.
Yes.
Okay. So as usual, this is already covered. Like Open SAP courses, they generally advertise that at the top. Okay, it's easy to follow because they do not require any cost for that. But whenever there is a certification, you will be seeing like this. Okay. So this is your certification.
Okay.
No. This is for your EC. They are recommending you should have a certification in your on-premise also. Okay, but it is not required, not a mandatory. Okay, but it is good to have like before go, because SAP recommends, and you are a perfect candidate for
this. Is new one. This is a certificate. SAP certificate application associate is new one.
Application associate, actually even I didn't go through this certification because whenever I was doing on-premise, it was not mandatory to have a certification for it.
Okay.
But in Successfactor, it is a monopoly, like from SAP, that once you are there without your certification, they are not giving access to the provisioning. Okay.
Yes.
So for that reason, SAP for that reason, for the last 10 years, I never had an on-premise certification. Okay, although I had a learning. So these are the different things which we already know it. Okay, like payroll configuration, those waste type configuration. Actually, SAP is recommending, but these are actually you already know it, so you do not have to go through this. Okay, so these entire things is only for people who are native to Successfactor. Okay, people who are brand new to Successfactor, they are starting a career in Successfactor, then they do not have any background of your SAP on-premise. They have to go through all these 8 things. Okay, it will take another 2 to 3 months for them to understand all these things. Okay. Then SAP is recommending for a employee central payroll point of view, these 3 things are important. Okay. HRS 60, HRS 65, and HR 812. Okay. And HR 812, as I was saying, it is an administrative guide. Okay. So it will not take more than 4 hours. Okay. So like the interfaces, so how to execute payroll in your payroll control center. Okay. That from an admin point of view. And these 2 are technical, HRS 60 and HRS 65. Okay. So I follow the same sequence. Like I studied in my videos, HR 812 I covered initially. Then I moved to HRS 60, that is your integration module. Then finally I decided, I have explained this payroll control center. This is the sequence I followed in my certification videos and all. Then these 3 are more than enough to clear the certification. It is a 4 hour, and this one is it says 40 hour, but ideally if you are going for hands-on and all, it will not take more than 20 to 25 hours. Okay. So this is a they have given an additional for 20 hours, but it's not take that much time. Okay. And integration point, it will also take 3 hours. So 3 plus 4, 7 hours, and this one you can say 20 hours, approximately 30 hours. And I have completed these courses almost 20 hours in the videos and all. Okay. So this is more than enough to go for employee central certification. It is not too much difficult as such, but the cutoff is also low compared to other modules of your Successfactor. Okay. So the cutoff is, I think at present it is 54%. Okay. If you see, this is your certification guide path. At present, it is 54. Even whenever I was giving the examination, it was also same thing. The cutoff score was 54%. And for compensation module, it is still lower. It is 51% for compensation module. But employee central payroll, it is 80 questions as usual, like any other certification. And these are the topic also they have decided, like from which topic, how many questions will be coming. So this is the guide we can refer. Okay, whenever you are going for a certification, so that you will be stay focused on your topic. And you'll be getting more questions on the point-to-point application, like your EC to EC time of integration, EC to ECP, this integration. Okay, and accordingly you can plan. Okay, and from a payroll control center, the last for modules, so you'll be getting a lot of questions here. Even if it is a less than 8%, there are so many topics like payroll processing, decluster payroll results. All these are related to your payroll control center only. So also they have given the which topic, that is which section. HRS 65 means this is your section 3. Okay, so in this way you can prepare. It is not too much difficult, but the real challenges will be in your implementations, not the certification. Certification is just a entry point. Okay. Yeah, just you can go through, and you can go for this. This is a 6 attempt they provided. Okay, like
I did check this this part.
Yeah, so you can book whenever you are ready. You can plan for it. Yeah. So this is
almost 30 hours still of study.
Yes, almost 40 or 50 hours of study. Yeah. Okay, that's all. Anything else you need? Any other information?
I can go for employee center without touching employee center.
Yes, you can go for. As such, there is no such restriction. Only in the Successfactor at present, what I can see, if you're going for onboarding 2.2 certification, that module only requires a prerequisite that you have to go for employee central. Okay. Other than that, there is no such restriction. But from an implementation point of view, I'm saying whenever you're going into implement employee central payroll, you must have employee central. Without employee central, you can't implement central payroll. Okay, so that is from an implementation point of view, just to make you understand. Okay.
Yeah, to develop your career, what are the paths? Is it good to have this one, employee central payroll?
Yes, I will recommend, because if you're going for SAP US payroll, because you'll be now working in support project.
Yes.
But in the future, suppose you're looking for something which is which is more inclusive, and also it will boost your career profile. Okay, I will recommend employee central payroll. You should go for that. That will be a logical path, I will say, to go for as a future from a future learning point of view. Definitely, it will be. US payroll, you're knowing it is well and good, but if you're adding a additional thing, because one of my students recently, he reached out to me He is from Canada, and he told me that in his recent interview that he answered everything related to payroll, but he didn't have experience on Employee Central payroll integration with the on-premise, and for that reason he got rejected. Even if he's having some core experience into US payroll and Canada payroll for the last 10-12 years, and he was seeking advice from me. So I was recommending EC payroll definitely for him. So it is a future. So everything in future you'll be getting more innovations and all. So I will recommend to go for not now directly, but after you spend some time in your support activity, prioritize that. Then maybe after 6 months and all, you keep learning yourself. But when it comes to certification and all, whenever you are ready, you are confident enough, then you can plan for that certification. And another tips I will say recommend, generally do not go by those questions which is already available outside and all. To summarize today's session, we already covered those 2 bonus modules and related to benefit, banking, transfer, EC payroll overview. Then tomorrow's session, I'll be having some few things related to the payroll model activities. It is not very important. Many of the organizations that do not generally I have not seen they are using that in that way, but it's good to know. Okay, and also few of the some recent tickets which I have gone through and generic to US payroll. We'll be having some last session, and also we will say with some concluding remarks and your feedback and all. So that tomorrow we'll be seeing that.
Okay.
Okay. See you then tomorrow. And yeah, see you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
Thanks.